Hello, I'm Gwilda Redmond, and this is Elevating Women in Business podcast, where I share tips and strategies to help your business grow. And sometimes we speak to business women to learn from their lived experience. Welcome to Season 2. Hi, I'm Gwilda Redmond. I'm the host of Elevating Women in Business, and I'm also the founder of the BC Women's Business Network. We're a networking group for women in business, women only, and we have been in business since January of 2017. Started very, very small, and it's been growing since then. And I just wanted to talk about the truth about networking. And it might not be exactly what you think. Whether or not you've been to a networking group before or you've never been, but maybe you've started a business or you've been in business for a while and you know that you need to go to a networking group. And you know that because everyone's saying you need to join a network. But maybe you're not really sure what you would do at a networking meeting. How is it going to benefit you? You don't know what's expected of you or what to expect from others. And so you're not feeling super confident about it. And what we've found for a lot of women is that they know they want to network because they want to grow their own network, find more customers. It's an important piece of doing business. But finding a networking group that really works for you and is the right one for you can take a bit of time. You can go to a lot of different meetings, and not all of them are the same, and not all of them are for you. And with our group, we're not for every woman. So I just want to talk a little bit about what you might be feeling. That perhaps when you're thinking about going to a group, in your mind, you're thinking of all of these very professional people. They're there, they know exactly what they're talking about. And you feel like you're not going to really belong in that room. Maybe you feel that they would look at you and it would embarrass you because you're not as eloquent or you don't know as much as they do about building a business. And what we've seen is that sometimes women will walk into the networking meeting and it's like deer in the headlights. They don't know what they're supposed to do. They come in and maybe there's little clusters of women standing around talking to each other. And they come in not feeling like they know who to approach. Can we sit just anywhere? Is there some sort of thing I need to sign in? Is there something I'm supposed to have brought with me? Um, and it can be very, very unsettling. And at that moment, you're probably going to decide whether you're going to stay or whether you're going to leave before anybody notices you because you feel so much like an outsider. And we've seen women who have come for the first time and they don't know what to expect. You know what it's like when you go anywhere for the first time, any kind of meeting or you start a new job, you always start feeling like you've got so much to learn. There's so many things that you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. You don't even know what questions to ask. And so this is the same when you're going into a networking group. And this is why it's really important to find the one where you feel that you are welcomed and that you belong, where you feel like you're able to make relationships with these people because they're just like you. But I am going to tell you what to do when you go to networking so that you feel confident, that you can feel like you are prepared, and it will make it so much easier for you. So there are a few things that you can do ahead of time that are going to help you feel more confident and comfortable. First, there's a couple of things you should know. Everyone in that room has been in your shoes. They've all been there the first time. There was a first time for all of them. Each one of them probably felt that sense of social anxiety where they're wondering if they belong, they're wondering if this is their tribe. They're not sure, and there's nothing worse than getting stuck in a room with a bunch of people and just feeling like you're this sore thumb sticking out and that everybody's wondering who you are and why you're here. Everyone in that room is building a business, and each one of them is on a journey. They may be in different spots of the path, but they're all on the same journey that you are on. So when you walk in the room and you're feeling like, oh, I'm probably the only woman here whose business is struggling. I'm the only one here that's feeling this way. I want you to know that all of us have felt that. You're not the only one that is happening to. And working on your business can be super isolating. And this is why joining a networking group is so important, because we need those relationships. We need to have people around us that we can turn to and ask questions. Because we are often our own worst critic. We think that we are the only one that's struggling. We think we're the only one that can't do it. Everybody else and their Instagram lives, right? They're all making it. They're all successful. And they make it look like they didn't even have to try hard. But building a business is hard. And building a business takes time. And there's steps that you go through as you're growing, things that you learn, times when you pivot, and times when you reevaluate. And all of those are periods of time in your business that everybody goes through. So if you were going to come to a networking meeting, then I have some suggestions for you as to how you could prepare, just so that you feel more comfortable. First of all, at most meetings, you are able to introduce yourself, talk about who you are, what your business is. These introductions can range anywhere from 30 seconds, a minute, and in our meetings, we give 3 minutes. So prepare, get yourself a little notebook and prepare in your book your 30-second elevator pitch, your 1 minute elevator pitch, and your 3 minutes. This is going to help you because it's totally fine for you to read it the first few times. Eventually, it will roll off the tongue, but it's totally okay to read it. This space is where we find our confidence. We learn how to speak and talk about our businesses, and we learn about what parts of our business we should be sharing. The point of an elevator speech is not to give all the information about your business. It's actually to give just enough that makes them curious and want to know more. Another thing that you can do is make a list of the struggles that you have. So if you are finding that you're having a hard time finding clients, you're not sure who your client is, you don't know how to do marketing, you don't know where to market, write all those pieces down and bring them with you because those make for some really rich and rewarding conversations. I'll guarantee you that at least one other person in that room will have gone through what you're going through, and all of them will have some wonderful ideas and suggestions for you. It's like a little mini mastermind where you come in and you have a problem and you leave feeling heard, uplifted, and like you've got some things to try now. And best of all, they're things that other people have tried and have worked for them. Another thing you want to do is make a list of the different businesses that would have the same client as you. So if you are a hairdresser, then perhaps you would make a list that would include makeup artists, fashion boutiques. If your ideal client is a middle-aged woman, then where else would that middle-aged woman be shopping? What types of other businesses would she be working with as well? Because these other businesses will make wonderful referral contacts because their ideal client is also your ideal client. They're able to refer you and vice versa. You're not selling the same products or services. You just have the same client. And you also want to think about the types of businesses that would make really good collaboration partners. So if you're in the health and wellness field, say, and you have someone who does massages, someone else who takes care of hormones, someone else who looks after weight loss, all together, you can work together. You could possibly write a book together, run a workshop together, or do a wellness retreat weekend together. These all make great collaboration partners. And the thing that is beautiful about this is that when you are collaborating with other women in business, you're sharing your networks. So now your network has doubled or tripled because now they have access to you because now they know who you are. And here's a really good thing about networking is that as you build relationships and you get to know the other women in the network, you begin to know, like, and trust them, which means it's really easy to refer them to family, friends, clients, because you know this person has integrity, great customer service, and that they will treat your customer as as well as you do. So now that you've prepared and you know what you need from this group and you know what you're going to share, then you need to know that networking meetings are not about transactions. Don't expect to go to make sales or build your team. Every woman there has a business that they're passionate about and they are trying to grow. And what you will need from each other is for both of you to give. Go with the intention to share your knowledge, share what you know. And if you don't know a lot yet, I think you're going to be surprised when you get there just how much you do know. Because as other people are sharing their issues, the things that they're struggling with, it may be something that you've already solved. And you don't know until you go. But when you go to a networking meeting, they're all about building relationships, about giving support and encouragement, uplifting other women in business. and sharing your knowledge. It's about finding your tribe and broadening your network and learning from women who are on the same journey, just a different point in the path. And remember, you may be at the beginning of your journey today, but you're going to move along that pathway a lot faster because you have a tribe with you. And before you know it, you're going to be able to help those coming behind you. And I want to let you know, we have women who have come to a meeting and they joined the network. They were just a few months away from having to get a job because their business was not growing and they didn't know how to make it grow. And they worked hard. They were working really hard, but they weren't doing the things that move the needle, that increase your revenue. But after being with the group for a year or 2 years, they never had to get that job because now their business is growing. They're finding success. They know where to find their clients. They know what their clients need. And they're able to build a business that is for the people that they really want to serve. And they learn that by talking to women who've already been there. One of the other great things about a women's only networking group is that we are kind of everybody's market research. You come in and you say, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm thinking. What do you think? And you can find out whether or not these other women see that as a potential. One of the other really good things that you can learn within a networking group is differing revenue streams. The more you diversify how you're actually earning money, the more consistent it can be. Because let's face it, sometimes things kind of ebb and flow. But if you have enough streams happening, then hopefully while one's ebbing, the other one's flowing. So that it keeps you afloat and it keeps everything moving. So how do you find a networking group? I think one of the best ways is word of mouth. Ask around. Ask other women where they do their networking. And you can do a simple search, Google search, ask AI. And and remember that if you go to one and it's not for you, it's not networking that's not for you. It's just that group. Like I say, there's groups that I have been to that didn't resonate with me at all. For one thing, for me, I didn't enjoy co-ed networking. As a woman, we often feel intimidated and kind of overshadowed when men are in the room. And men network completely different than women do. I always joke and say how men, they will walk in the room and just be handing out their business cards and expecting that that is going to work. And maybe man to man, it does work. But for women, we turn around and we look at the card and we're like, because we need to make those connections, we need to make and build those relationships. Because we need to know, like, and trust the people that we're doing business with. So shop around for your tribe. And when you find it, get your membership, join it, be consistent, because coming to a meeting once or twice is not going to build your business. Coming consistently, taking advantage of coaching, courses, workshops, masterminds, all of those pieces, any educational pieces, that is going to help grow your business. Build relationships. Take someone else out for coffee, not to sell, not to make a pitch. Take them out for coffee because you want to get to know them. Find out about who they are. Ask questions. Ask about what they're looking for in a collaboration partner. Ask what challenges they're having. Give more than you take. And one thing that I absolutely love about our group is that we love to celebrate successes. We love to celebrate when something great happens for one woman. We all feel that success. So once you've found your tribe, use it. Build your network, build relationships, share your knowledge, and learn from others. Be consistent, do the work. And if you're looking for a community, I invite you to come and check us out. No pressure at all. We're not for everybody, like I say. But we would love to have you join us, and you can find us on our website, www.bcwomensbusinessnetwork.com. And we would love for you to come to a meeting, check out a meeting on us. Promo code free meeting, one word, uppercase. And we'd love to meet you and just see if that's a good fit. Networking is about growing together. It's about sharing the people that we know and helping each other find success. And it's about uplifting and supporting other women, which I think that our world needs a lot of right now, because it seems consistently that we're trying to get shoved back into a box that we never belonged in. And we've allowed it for far too long. And it's time to say no. It's time for us to stand up and step out, be who we're meant to be, and bring as many other women with us as we possibly can. So once again, thanks for joining me. And if this resonated with you, if you found this helpful, then please subscribe. And maybe in the comments, just post, what is it that you are looking for in a networking group? What stops you from going and trying? I can't wait to hear from you. And I can't wait to be back and share more strategies with you next time. Have an awesome day. Thank you for joining us. I invite you to subscribe and join us again next time on Elevating Women in Business.